welcome to the Element Podcast. You've texted me, you've called me, you've stopped me in the street, and you've asked for this thing, and I finally decided to listen. It is still all for the love of hip-hop. If you don't know, my name is Azizzar. They call me the Pristine Queen of hip-hop, Queen Azizzar. But when you see me in the streets, just Azizzar will do. And we're going to have really incredible conversations. We're going to start by bringing you some of your favorite people, and as we go along, we're going to bring back some of those things that you absolutely loved about the Element. First episode, wow, crazy, can't believe it. And I had to kick it off in the Trillest way ever. Ginger Trill, I call him Mata, Mati, Don Suave, Trilly the John, however you know him. I'm going to be chopping up with him today and getting to know him a little bit better. For you, I know him, it's not so bad, but we're going to peel back those layers. What up?
What up, sis?
I'm like, oh my God, we're here.
We made it.
I can't believe it.
It's been a long time coming, but we did it.
How you feeling? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Had a slow morning, but it was all for the best. I had a lot of junk up here to get through, and then I had to wind down and prepare myself for the sit down in this interview. But yeah, I'm feeling great. Cup of coffee.
Oh,
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the last time I saw you before today, I want to say last year?
I think it
last year at the first small room concert. But
Definitely.
The last time we sat like this, like for an extended period of time, I think was 2022.
Not 3 years, 2.
22.
Was it 2?
23.
I think 23. I'd bet 23. No?
The Bar album?
The Bar album.
That was 23. 22. Boys in the Hood was 23.
Boys in the Hood is 23, so that's 22.
So that's 22.
My goodness.
That's the last time I saw you.
I can't believe I didn't drop an album last year, but my goodness, yes.
I could you were busy doing other things, opulent affairs, making us dress up and all this
Dope
stuff.
stuff, yeah.
What's been happening since 2022 musically?
So, 2022, that's when I decided to start coming outside. You know what I mean? We dropped the Bar album, and then I came to see you. I think I was shaking off a funk. It wasn't really like a funk, but just like in my personal life, there was some rust I had to shake off so that I could do what I wanted to do. I think I had just relocated back to the city.
Yes.
I had actually, we spoke about it. So after that, musically, I just got into my bag, just deeper into my bag. People love the Bar album, but when I listen to it, I'm like, I didn't have room. Yeah, I'm still sharp, but I wasn't, you know what I mean?
How do you mean you didn't have room?
People won't hear it because obviously they don't have my POV,
right.
But listening to that project, it's like, wow, there's so many other things I wanted to do, but I didn't have the time.
Okay.
I didn't have the room to do it. And when I got there, cause I'm always making music.
Okay.
But then every year I tried to put together a project, like, okay, here's a project. So because it's a 7-piece, it's like, wow, I didn't really have a lot of time to spend doing what I like doing, which is creating and making and letting that thing that's inside of me come outside so that I can look at it and feel it and touch it.
Yeah.
And then after I've lived with it long enough, share it. So, but since then, to answer the question, because this was a question, we don't answer questions. I've musically, I've grown and I've had more room.
Okay.
To take up space, you know what I mean, and to for my work or my art to populate a bigger canvases.
Okay.
And it's through the energy of collaboration. Collaboration has allowed me that room. I've worked with more people, like we're saying. Bar album is 2022.
Yeah.
And then 2023 me and Touchline,
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Clen, because DJ Clen got us in a studio together.
Love Clen.
That's my guy.
Mr. Too Viral.
That's my guy. So he got us in the studio together, and chemistry just like that. I feel like I would have never guessed it because I didn't know him that well, but Tabo's my twin. You know what I mean? We the same guy.
Really?
On opposite sides of the same coin type thing, type beat.
How?
I'm trying to, when you hear me I'm trying to rap like Tabo. I'm trying to be like Tabo. I don't even want to, he's younger than me, but like, don't you see Tabo? He's like he's a beaming example of like, he's the type of guy you take home to your parents. Like, I'm hanging out with this guy. Nobody's worried about. Nobody's worried about. You understand what I'm saying? That's Tabo.
Okay.
That's like that's the kind of person that Touchline is, professionally and personally.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we get things done. We get busy, and he's the type of guy you don't mind being behind.
Got you.
He can lead the way, Tabo.
Yeah. What did he teach you about yourself through the work that you guys did? I mean, we have the music, we know all about that, but just you.
So many things, so many things that he doesn't know. But what Tabo I'll tell you what Tabo tried to teach me.
Okay.
He doesn't know what he taught me inadvertently.
Okay.
Did I say that word correctly? Did I use it?
Inadvertently, yes.
But what Tabo tried to teach me is that I'm great. Yeah.
And then what did he teach you that he might not know he's taught you?
So many
things.
The
impact that he's had on you.
So many things. Like, we are all disciplined, but Tabo's disciplined. Discipliner. We all have good manners, but Tabo has more manners.
Yeah.
We are all clean, but Tabo's cleaner.
Oh.
We are all we don't take ourselves too seriously, but Tabo doesn't take himself too seriously. He takes things seriously,
right?
But he doesn't take himself too seriously. And he's always looking out for everybody else. Tabo comes last. Touch comes last, and everybody else comes first. And he taught me how to push myself.
Oh, that's dope.
I want to say I've always known how to push myself.
Yeah.
But with him, it comes from such an earnest, honest place. It comes from this. So there's this knowing. There's this essence of knowing in the back. But it comes from an honest place of trying to do just honest work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Uskalla, when you hear all these really great things about yourself.
Yeah. Touch. It makes it fun being around like that, a group of creatives, and that's their leader. You know what I mean? And that's the person that they trust to steer the ship. Yeah. And then it makes sense why everything works out so well. Why it's such a smooth running, well-oiled engine. And you learn a lot from just how they coordinate things. Because everything takes a team. You know what I mean? The career path that I've chosen, it takes teams and systems, to make it work. So, and once those are in place, it makes it more fun to do what I actually really want to do. Because I don't care about. I care, but I don't really care about what I really want to do is just make the music, as you know.
You're not really trying to do all the admin and the coordination and
I just want to make music.
Let's get into the booth.
That's it. I just want to rap.
Spar.
I just want to make the music. Just want to make beautiful music, hip hop music. You know what I mean? That carries that energy, competitiveness, and that whole vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just the culture and the sport of it all. That's what I'd rather be doing. But when everything else is taken care of, you do that at a high level.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's all you have to focus on. You don't have to worry about all these other things.
Precisely.
You can literally focus on the thing.
You can dig deep.
So, last time like I said, last time I saw you, it was the small room concert. First one, we had to be like decked out to the nines. There was glitter.
So amazing.
There was a lot going on. Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about that, the idea, and also just the aesthetic as well. You know, you pulled up in that Boys of Soweto
in a two-piece suit.
I was like, I ain't never seen you like this.
In a two-piece suit.
Yeah.
I'd always wanted to do that, and then I remembered that I've always done that. Like, so it was such a full circle moment, because we let too many things get in our head, and like I was focusing on way too many things. But God's timing is divine.
That's right.
Somebody on Twitter Twitter user at KHXKHX.
Okay.
I don't know if there's an underscore. I doubt it.
Yeah.
On TikTok, he's K Rates Music, KAY Rates Music on TikTok. But this bro tweeted at me. He said, "I would actually love to see," and this is what he called it, "a small room concert by Ginger Trill."
That's dope.
And I wonder where that was. I wonder where that was even born. But I followed him on TikTok, and the name K Rates Music, it led me in on some things. I was like, oh, this guy is actually just a music collector.
Right.
He's one of those people who love music, like you, like me, type beat.
Yeah.
So he knows every single one of his favorite artists, and when he can reach out, you know what I mean. So I'm guessing it came from a place of real love, like, yo, I love what you do. I'd love to experience the music in this setting. And I don't know if it was born, maybe he saw Quarren Trill.
Yeah.
Because what happened after lockdown, we started downsizing.
Hey, Beguni.
I'm sorry, kisimuluzi. Uze nenye.
Oh, Beguni.
Uze nenye. Lockdown taught us a lot, though, creatives.
Yeah, marathon Rikoa. Continue.
But you know what I love about it? It taught us a different way to produce.
Yes, and I think it also just reminded everybody that you can do a lot with a little.
With so much.
You can do a lot with very, very little. And I think it also forced us to go back to the craft. Because that's literally what you had, that you could control at that point in time.
That's all you have.
Yeah.
The main thing comes back to it being the main thing. So, you know, my bro says that, and in my head I'm like, people really enjoyed what we were doing in lockdown. And they've sort of there's been a cultural reset and in how we consume culture and that sort of thing. So I thought about it. I was like, it's funny that he says that. You've been wanting to do this, but you started doing it. So I asked people, who would really want to see such a thing? I think 300 people.
I remember
maybe even 1,000. Yeah, maybe even 1,000 people.
Tag me in.
It was always 1,000 people, and I learned somewhere long ago. It might have been from, I don't know, Altito. I don't know who it was, but like, however many people reply on social media or engage on social media, probably 10% of those are convertible into real things. So I was like, 200 people, 100 people. That's a lot of people, man. People want to see this,
bro.
I was like, let me see if I can do this.
Yo, as somebody who was there for that first one,
just to the
sorry, excuse me. Okay, we're gonna go sit that side because I want space. Especially like once you got on the stage.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, because I was working, I was like, camera guys,
there.
Situate yourself, kopel. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was just so much happening.
Yeah.
And I was standing way at the back.
Yeah.
Like people just arriving and now we're like, oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bar area, packed. Back, packed. Front, packed.
Yeah.
The waiting VIP kind of packed. The step. Yo, it was
incredible,
insane.
insane. The love was out, just pouring out
And
of
there
that
was
building,
like,
in that room,
there was this energy.
bro.
It was
The
like mad
excitement.
electric.
It was palpable.
There wasn't anybody who wasn't there for the right reason.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
Everybody there is like gang. And what I'm happy about is that this time it's all on document. Like I documented it.
I love
I'm
that.
so happy. And that's why I say like I've come full circle. You know, I didn't realize that at the beginning of my career, that's what my previous label head sort of like envisioned for me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? My first concert was actually in Pretoria at State Theatre in 2015. That was my first solo concert. 2014-15, but I think it was 15.
That's crazy.
Exactly, right? And this is 3 years after I dropped my debut album. Can you imagine that? Because my debut album drops in 2012. But in 2015, the brand had gotten some motion in the spaces. Big motion, actually. There's no need to say it like that. It was big motion, and my label head was like, see now, it's time to do this.
Yeah.
And even though I've always been aware and I've always wanted to like do shows and stuff like that. In fact, as a grassroots development level artist in my township, that's the kind of things that I would partake in culturally that gave me the confidence to actually pursue this as a real career. You know what I mean? People would have like things like that, less formal. And that's how I knew I wanted to do this for real. You know what I mean? So when we get to now small room concert, I realized that, wow, all these skills, this is the things that I was trained for, like 2-3 years into my career. You know what I mean? Tini would always be like, yo, Trill, we need to do this. You know, he taught me how to add production value to my shows. Like, yeah, we're going to do it with the live band. We're going to have you with a 4-piece. We're going to do live at a number station. I don't think I don't know if I can say it in the element. We're gonna do your one-man show at State Theatre. You know, we're gonna do what's the one on the rooftop? Sky Room Live. We're gonna do all these things. But I learned about production value, presentation, and like giving people a different experience of your music. The people who actually love your music.
True.
And that's how you become a fully fledged or a better artist, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a full circle moment. And when I finally got to it, I was like, this is what I should have been doing all along. But I guess
maybe you needed to be ready on a different kind of level, right? Maybe you, on your like cerebral level, it was like, yeah, okay, cool, I can see it, we can do it. But maybe something else needed to shift inside of you.
It's true.
For you to get ready and really be in that moment and be present for it.
It's true. I failed a lot of times. That one was the successful one.
Yeah.
But there were people in that room who've been to my flops, to some of my flops. That's why that moment was so magical.
Yes.
I saw a couple of faces. I was like, these guys were there when I failed at this, and they're still here.
What helps you to keep going even after you failed? You know, like
What does that mean?
I'm getting to it. Like sometimes the idea or concept of failure is so huge that it can be debilitating.
Yeah.
And it can even paralyze you sometimes. But as somebody who says that I failed a couple of times, you know, but you're still here, what is it in you that keeps you going and keep trying, even though you have experienced some kind of failure along the way?
I'm not special. You and me are the same. Like failure is, you know, it's paralyzing. It can be debilitating. It can stir up all these emotions of inadequacy.
Yes.
And when that sort of metasizes, it turns into fear.
Yes.
And we all know what we know about fear.
Yep.
So anything you do out of fear, you know what I mean? You already lost. You told the universe at the beginning that I've lost anyway. So yeah. So I don't have a magic trick to it. I just learned along the way, and age is also like a part of that with age and time, I learned from other people that the road to success is actually paved with bricks of failure.
Yeah.
Like, it's all the things that you did wrong to know how to do them right. Because you don't know in real time.
True, you don't. But I think, like, you know, when you're like operating on a high level and you like being excellent, there's something in you that pushes you to be like, I gotta be excellent from jump.
Right.
I gotta be at like the highest level from jump. And when you're not, because also reality, you're a human, you're trying something new, you're doing something different. Then it's like, okay, you are good. And you're like, but I want to be excellent.
I want to be great. I'm so great.
It's like, okay, but you're doing this for the first time.
Right.
So there's I think there's a grace that you kind of need to find.
That's the word that came to my mind. Yeah.
Along the way.
Exactly.
Because if you're just so hard on yourself but you weren't excellent the first time.
Yeah.
What makes you think you're going to be excellent the next time?
Yeah.
Now you're just like, I want to be excellent, but I don't know if I can. Maybe I shouldn't do it at all. Lost.
Yeah, already. And that's the thing. Like, we need to afford ourselves grace. Like, a lot of people, you know, we were speaking about it off camera. You were saying to me that it's funny how I'm as the guy who's rapping, I'm somebody else.
Yes.
And as me, you can tell, okay, that's me.
Yes.
And sometimes you worry about if I know that I'm great. But then when you listen to me rap, you're like, oh, he does know. Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. So what I was saying is that, you know, Tsecho the person, there's this like innate humility that can make somebody think that you are oblivious to how great you are.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, we've had so many conversations like in professional spaces and personal spaces.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just come up to you like a fan and geek out and be like, oh my God, what you did on the thing. You're like, thanks, Ozzy. Yeah. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Do you know how great you are? And then when I listen to the music, I'm like, no.
It does.
Trill knows.
Does.
But Trill.
You know what I mean? It's that. It's like, I think you have to give yourself like room and the grace to be human and know that you are operating in this plane as a human.
Yes.
So some things are going to go the way they go for all humans.
Yeah.
For every human, you're not even special like that. I think that's just like understanding your humanity, or like humanity and what it means to be human. You're gonna fail. You're gonna feel inadequate in certain moments.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you don't get up and try again. Because it's easy to make the mistake of like living only in one side.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when reality can get distorted. So you always have to ground yourself, man. I feel like entertainers, you know, we always have to remind yourself to give yourself grace as a human, the same grace that normal humans are allowed. You are a normal human. You might even be the normalist.
Nobody wants to think of themselves as normal, though. Especially
that's the ego, yeah.
Especially gifted, talented people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's also a humbling thing about being in the space that we're in, because, you know, when you're in your room, your greatness is so obvious to you because it's just you.
Yeah.
And then you walk into a room full of great people, and that's when you're like, oh,
yeah,
there are many of us that are chosen. There are many of us that are special.
Those kinds of things should bring you back to reality. And reality is humbling. It should be humbling. And I don't mean humbling in the sense that like the death of your confidence.
Right. Yes.
Maybe the death of your ego.
That is necessary.
You know what I mean? In a grounding, wholesome way, though. Like where you can be like, so if I can fail, I can succeed.
100%.
You know, just as much as if I can succeed, I can fail. If I can fail, I can succeed. And for as long as I'm trying, for as long as there's breath in my lungs, and God has given me time here, it means my story isn't done. And like the Christians say, I don't believe you brought me this far to leave me.
This is true.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we come to 2025.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in 2025.
Actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk StayLow.
Fire.
Right?
Mm.
I didn't see it coming.
No.
I feel like I should have.
Right.
I feel like I should have as somebody who's a little bit closer. But I remember going, and then there was a day I was like,
Mhm.
what do you mean we're finding out amongst the masses? But dope.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how that came about, when it started like looking like something that you'll be interested in, and then it materializing. And then we're going to get to March 2025.
Yeah. Beautiful. First of all, shout outs to the guys at StayLow. I always say I work with the best. Well, I don't always say it. Every chance I get to say it, I always say I work with the best in the game. And it's actually so dope and such an honor for me because it's a bunch of creatives who've banded together that I respect,
Lovely.
respectively everybody in their respective field or department or whatever, the guys at StayLow have always been operating within the spaces.
Yeah.
And I finally got a chance to work with StayLow as a thing, as an entity. But before that, I'd worked with somebody from StayLow, and we'd been cool for a very long time. Because he's just good peoples like that. But I'd always been a fan of Shooter Coombs.
I love Shooter Coombs.
I've always been a fan.
Shooter Coombs is one of the people who I was at an event chilling, minding my business, and then I saw him and I was like, hey.
Yeah.
And he was one of the last people to speak life into me before we got to this point.
What a goat.
And he was leaving.
What a guy.
I saw him for 3 minutes.
What a guy.
I was like, hey, Shooter. Gave him a hug. And he literally like pulled me back and went, we love you. We need you.
We need you.
We still see you.
We see you.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. And he's like, enough of Bell. Okay. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So I love Shooter. Also, his work. His craft.
I was a fan of his work before I even had the privilege of meeting the human, right? So I'm a fan of Shooter Coombs. I've always been watching his work and like just doing my research and crate digging on the lore. The legend of Shooter Coombs. By the time it's in the 2020s, you can't tell me anything about I'm like, this guy is the one, actually. You know? And then I'd been a fan of Lord Kes because I got introduced to her music from just watching what the StayLow people were doing. And I saw her music. I think it was Chakota. I saw that EP. I love the artwork. And I was like, if these people are working with her, surely she's great. I tapped in. I pressed play. Of course, she's great.
Yes.
And I've been a fan since. Also followed her journey, her career. And then Mars Baby. I got introduced to Mars Baby as well. So you see, these are people that I messed with. And yeah, I think Zulu Mecca might be the best rapper in the country type beat. Like when we talk about lyricism and like just being just the pen, right? And people who enjoy their hip hop like that, like some call it adult contemporary, some call it underground, some call it, lyricism or that fly lyricist tip, whatever they call it. But the pen, words, and I think she might be the best. You know what I mean?
She's absolutely incredible.
Marcus Harvey is like the leader of the new school, the leader of a generation. He's a wave bender, a genre mesher,
Yes.
like a style, a niche style creator, and a very important voice in this reset that's going on.
That's happening right now.
That's happening right now. So these are all people whom's work I respected or laughed. You know, whether be it just from the music level or being everything that happens within that ecosystem.
Right.
So 2023, I get a call from them about some work.
23?
Yeah, 2023, I get a call from them about some work.
Deep beauty.
It's not like it's not like
I'm shook.
it's not like I was like hiding it. It's just we started forming a rapport. You know what I mean?
Got you.
With these guys, and I met them, and just from meeting, like when I met Vaughn for the first time, I knew. When I got to I'd heard about everything that goes on in that building, and I'd imagined it, and I'd imagined it so many times, and I'd seen it from other rappers that I follow, other artists and musicians that I follow's POV when they're taking videos, and I'd be like, I've actually never been to this building.
Right.
What are these bros cooking?
What's happening in there?
What's going on here? Then they called me for some work, and from the first time I got in that building, I knew this is where I need to be. And then I don't know what it was. Was that the time
you did the freestyle?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. And then I don't know what it was. Maybe it was me saying that. Maybe the vibe I was giving off was the universe heard that it was just off of me. It was radiating. And then the very next year, me and Shooter finally locked in, and we did Stay Ready Freestyle. Now, obviously, like when you're working on a song, people think you're just working on a song, but there's so much that goes into making high level art like that. And there's conversations that I had, and then people bond in a sort of special, unique, almost very unique way, because it won't be the same as the other person.
True, yeah.
And that's sort of this chain reaction. Couple months down the line, we're talking about an album.
Crazy.
We're talking about albums. We're talking about my fit here. We're talking about how it all started. Like, yeah, man, when you did this, we saw this. We were like, yeah, this is what we like and whatever. This is where we see our future. And we're like, we don't know if you would like that, if you would do us of like having, on the roster and whatever. And that was just so dope, Azzy, and so humbling for me. And I took it all in. Yeah, of course. I was like, oh, wow, man. It's so cool that the people that I mess with, they want to work with me.
I think are cool.
They want to work with me. I'm
cool too.
Touchline, wants to work with me. I'm like, Jan wants to work. Like, Jody, all these people who just welcomed me into their spaces after 2020. I'm just like, wow, man, what is this? What's going on here? So I guess it's a law of attraction thing, but it starts there. It starts there to keep it real. But in 2024, that's when it got really real. And I knew that I was going to be dropping under the new imprint from 2024 already.
Yeah.
We just had to keep it a secret because that's what ruins rollouts.
Okay, yeah.
Like speaking prematurely is the kind of things that ruin rollouts and your business and things like that. Everybody has to be sure about what they're doing and just get to the work first.
Got you.
I didn't want to just to get people excited about nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I kept it on the hush.
I mean, we forgive you, I guess.
Appreciate it. It was all for a good cause, It was a great rollout.
It was a great
It's a great rollout.
So talk to me about that now. So now you're with StayLow.
Mm-hmm.
When do you start working on Because I Said So?
I think I started working on Because I Said So probably August. Maybe August.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe like in August.
Okay.
September.
And how does that start coming together? What was like the inception?
So the process with Shooter and Vaughn, really, I consider them the heads of music. I don't know if they consider themselves the heads of the music department at the company, But like the process with Shooter and Vaughn is, okay, we have a sound. Okay, we want to do an album.
Okay.
We have a sound.
Okay.
And then they do a presentation. As with any good label, that's how it should be, really. They're like, we're collaborating on something. So this is the canvas.
Okay.
This is what we think is gonna look good. Why? 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
The risks, 1, 2, 3, but we think we can. And then they present to you the music. Boom. Do you rock with it? Hell yeah! I've always rocked with what you guys do. Okay, Trill, what do you have? And then I give them what I've been working on. They're like, oh, this guy
loves it.
Right up our alley. You were doing exactly what we want. Okay, so now this is what we're gonna do. Hear me out. We're gonna put it like this, like this, like this, like this, and that's how we put it together. Like there was a song or two that were like just a hook here and and then they put those beats and then they like say, okay, this song that you did by yourself at home, put it here, and then listen to these beats in this sequence. Tell us that's not a great album. And then I have some time to sort of reverse engineer the whole thing.
Got you.
Yeah, that's how we did the first one. I think we did that in like 3-4 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a point of contention.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
And I want to get it out of the way before we like really get into unpacking.
Yeah.
Because I said so.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I need you to tell me what is with you and uneven numbers.
My best friend asks me the same question all the time.
You are upsetting me.
You're OCD like that?
I'm OCD like that. When I saw it, I was like, what's wrong with 10?
My best friend said the same thing.
What happened? What happened that we could not get to 10? And then you look at the length. I'm like, 21 minutes. Not 20?
Why 20? Why is it always?
Why are you upsetting me? What's going on?
Running time. I can't take any. You can't shame or blame me for running time, right? But for the numbers, it's cool. In the way that you are OCD about things being even, I'm also a little bit OCD, but it's reverse OCD. Like, I don't think the perfect album is 14 tracks. I think it's 13. I don't think the perfect EP is necessarily 5 tracks. I think it's 7.
No.
I think the perfect album is 11 tracks.
No.
I promise you. That's how my mind. I don't know.
No.
That's just how my mind works.
No.
The greatest album of all time, and my best friend would tell me, "You're not Michael." But the greatest album of all time is 7 tracks. Michael Jackson Thriller is 7 tracks. One of the greatest SA hip hop albums of all time is 11 tracks. I stand to be corrected, but I think Skanda Republic 1 is 11 tracks. Like, that's my thing with numbers. I think numbers standing a bit, it's like that thing I do where, like, when I'm rapping, but I'm not landing on the snare. I'm sourcing, so I'm always like behind it or in front of it.
And you kind of lean.
Yeah, you gotta lean. It's a gangster lean. That's what hip hop is.
What is our problem with like centering?
No.
Or off center or off white or
the last thing I recorded, I say off white. It's funny.
We're in alignment.
I'm telling you. But it's like so you telling me you don't look at it like this. Intro, body, conclusion. 3 tracks intro, 3 tracks body, 3 tracks. It's even number. You don't look at it like that. Wow, Azzy. For me, that's how I architectured it. That's what we.
You can even ask Jimmy Wiz.
Wiz is my guy. Oh yeah.
ATJ.
You were mad about according to Jim being 9?
Trust.
He was ahead of.
He heard me. He heard.
Jim
I asked him in
curve,
interview.
Man.
I asked him like 1 hour, and I was like, "Gang." That's what I said. "Gang." AZ. I said, "Bro, what is this thing?" And I said, "You know why? You know why it's also upsetting? It's because I know that there's more.
There's always more.
There's always more. So it's not even a matter of no one relates.
Yeah, it's not that.
So I was just like, because I remember even with the bar album, it's 7.
Yeah, 7.
I was so upset. It's just
Lucky number
you
7.
you had some of my favorite things happening on there.
Yeah.
So I just overlooked it. But now I'm like, no man, it's happening again. God, it's happening again. I need to understand.
Lucky number 7 with the Bar album. I was lucky number 7. You know what I mean? I was number 7. You know, even in my intro, like it was just perfect. It was just divine how it came together. Because I look at numbers like that, also like angel numbers and stuff like that. It's just my OCD is not like it's not even adjacent.
Yeah, I don't know though, because I feel like it's weird. If you, for instance, instead of 7, if you gave me 5, I would have been able to take that for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Because it's half of 10. And
Probably.
you feel like it's even.
It makes sense to me
You're
in
like,
that way.
You're
right?
like, an album would have been 10, so an EP should be 5.
It makes absolute sense. Like, even when I'm driving, if you get into my car and see like my volume, it's never like on a 11 or 21.
I put my volume on 15 on the TV.
Yeah, it's got to be 15, 20, 25.
Because like 15 is half of 6. It's like a quarter of 16.
Mara, these funny things that are happening. What volume are we on? 13. What are we? where are we trying to go with it?
I don't know. Like I say, the perfect album for me is 13 tracks. One of the best albums in SA hip hop is 11 tracks. One of the best albums of all times is 7 tracks. That's how I look at it. And even numbers are my angel numbers. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, it's fine. I'll work on myself. I will work on myself. Right. It's clearly a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
But every time I'm like, God damn.
It just felt so perfect. It just felt so perfect. So nicely and neatly tied with the bow. Like 9, 3.
So I feel like it was a present in a beautiful box without a bow. I feel like the bow makes it. You know, number 10 would have made it the bow. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you like it. Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah. It's like does it feel like I'm shortchanging you?
Yeah, because also I was looking at it and I was like, why is this song 1 minute 53 seconds? I said, what are we doing? What is it? Is he trying to hurt me? It's like,
and you gotta squeeze perfection in the.
Is he trying to hurt me?
Man.
Like, why is this happening? And then I went and I checked like the length of each joint, and I was like, okay, this is fine. Okay, that's fine. Why?
I want to give you the whole picture because we don't even listen to music the same way anymore. Like everything, all the forms of entertainment are like bite-sized chunks to go. And I feel like from the time the average Joe Burger spends 20 minutes commuting to their place of work, families, lovers, at minimum, you're going to spend 20 minutes on the highway. I want you to be done listening to everything I had to say in that time, in today's time. And I want to earn your trust. I want to earn your ear, the respect of like your time. When I feel like in my new era, I've earned it, I can give you something fully fledged and say 45 minutes.
Please.
You see what I'm saying? 45 minutes. Give you 13 tracks. Some track is 7 minutes long. You're like, what? Where did he go to find that? But I feel like albums have become shorter, you know what I mean? And I discovered that a while ago, like in 2015 already, when I dropped Mo Better. Mo Better is like 11 tracks, I think. It's like 31 minutes running time. Funny, 21, 31. It's 31. It was 31 minutes, but people felt so satisfied because I've grown so much as a musician and as an artist, as a lyricist from my debut, which is 3 years prior in 2012, Rookie of the Year. When we dropped Rookie of the Year, it felt more, but by the time I did Mo Better in 2015, I knew how to condense more with less time. And I'm proud of myself for figuring it out.
I'm glad for you. Just I was like, yo. All right. Because I said so. Another album inspired by a movie title?
No.
Yes, no?
No. This time it wasn't. It was, like I said, it was a collaborative effort. And we had to first figure out what is the energy going into it.
Right.
What do we want to establish?
Right.
And once we figured that out, the title came. It didn't come from me. It was presented to me.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the one.
Because it is a title of a movie.
You lying?
I'm serious.
You lying?
No, I'm serious.
Which one?
A 2007 rom-com with Diane Keaton and Mandy Moore. Yeah. No, for real.
Serendipity.
For real.
Is that not serendipitous?
Like, he's doing it again. He
strikes again.
He's doing it again.
He strikes again.
For real.
I didn't know that. With Diane Keaton. I need to go see it now.
And you like when you rom-com.
I do.
Other kind of things.
I do. My favorite. It might not. People might not think it's a rom-com, but I really love Malcolm and Marie. I feel like it. I feel like it's rom. I feel like that's a rom-com because there's a lot of comedy.
Offbeat, man, all of the time.
It's a beautiful film. It's a beautiful piece of art. It's done so. It's so classy in the way it's presented. It's in black and white. It's giving noir. The fact that it's black and
it's giving noir, just like my album cover because I said so. It's black and white. It's classy. There's no color to distract you.
No, and one of the main themes in that movie is actually color because oh girl is like, you know what I mean, and oh boy is like, you know what I mean, and all these things, and they're talking about that. Some people online are saying it's so racist. I'm like, y'all need to chill. We need to actually talk about these things in order to, you know what I mean, to go forward. But yeah, I didn't know that. That's serendipity. Thank you for the FYI. Now I gotta go see the movie. I didn't mean for it. I didn't even come up with the title.
Okay.
It was my assignment.
Got you.
They were like, how would the album sound? How would the album sound if you were telling the YNs? Well, because I said so.
Yeah, it's very authoritative. It's very like a parent.
That's exactly what I said.
Because the movie is on that tip as well.
I need to
you know what I mean? But I was like, is he doing this thing again? Is it very yo, I said it.
That's what
this is what it is. And I'm saying it from a place of life experience.
Yeah, that was the whole idea of it. That was the whole idea into creating it. That's what was presented to me, and we were like, okay, we need to figure out how to make an album that sounds like this sonically, and sounds like this lyrically, and we need to create a very high end product. What can we do within these parameters? What can we, and that's how that happened.
Did that also factor into just the cover as well, right?
Yeah.
It's so dope.
Yeah.
And it's got juxtaposition.
It does.
It's almost like you're young in the way you look.
Yes.
And then from shoulder down, it's OG.
Facts.
Bikey,
facts.
Man.
Yeah, facts.
Talk to me about it.
I can't even take credit. That's I think head of visuals in the company. That was his vision, and that's his department. So so how he works, we make the music, we tell him what it's called, we tell him what it is.
Yeah.
He understands that, and then he has to bring it to life visually. So
right.
after the demo was done, basically, he was like, okay, visually this is how I'm going to package it. So he told me the ideas for the videos. He told me the ones he's going to shoot. He told me why he's going to shoot those ones. He told me about the album cover shoot. He's like, I want you to come in. These are the items that I want to have that day. This is what we're going to do, and this is how I'm going to style you. Yeah. So I got there having a bit of an idea.
Right.
But I won't lie, when the visuals came back, my mind was blown. Sure, I got to see I got to see a little bit. They'd show me, this is what we're doing, this is what we're going for.
Yeah.
But when the ideas came back,
my
mind was, I was like, whoa, this is fire. This is what they were going for. They were going for all the things that you just said.
Yeah.
And it translates so well. So
it's really beautiful.
It's fire. It's fire.
I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, this is how we move.
Yeah, it's fire. First project under the label, and it's just high level quality product, man.
Yeah.
So proud of that work.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's get into some things.
Yeah.
Let's get into some things.
Talk
All right.
to me.
So 9 songs.
Yeah.
9.
9 Jones.
But I
I feel this is fly. This is flyer than this. This is fly. But yeah.
Bro, no.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to me about Fade.
Fade, man. It had to be. It's gotta be. So I also have the privilege of working with like my favorite musicians all the time. It just lands on my lap. Johnny Matt, very fire producer. I don't even remember what we were doing when I heard this beat. I think we were just chilling out. I have the privilege of like some of my favorite musicians are just my friends.
Yeah.
I just be hanging out with these guys.
We're just lamping.
We're just lamping, chilling out. You feel me? So I was just chilling, and he played this beat, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And yo, lekker intoxicated. I said, nah, I need to hear it on. I put it on my phone. I put headset. I might have played it from a little speaker. Yeah, I was chilling with like Bonga and Mahuta and Matt. And I was like,
Mahuta was in a cut.
Exactly. We were having a good time. We had some brewskis.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A little this, a little that. And that beat, the way that loop goes and has this story and has this there's a crescendo to it. And
yes.
It just felt like such a story. I got attached to it immediately.
Really?
I was presenting some of the music I have to Shooter, and I was showing him everything that I had, and I said to him, but listen to this one. And then I played it, and he was like, it's dope. I was like, you like it? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I actually wrote something for it. He's like, bust it. And then I started rapping it in his ear. He stopped. He's like, you have to record
Let's
that.
do it!
You have to record that one. You have to record that one. And I recorded it, and it became the first track. And it wasn't even the first track initially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how magically that one came about.
Shining like Georgie Zamdi.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, because one thing about you, I know that you love film.
Yeah.
Movies. Yeah. You like storytelling and you like characters.
Culture, yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Right? So tell me, because you really love Georgie Zamdi.
I do. I've always loved
Papa G.
I've always loved Zamdela.
So talk to me about it.
I've always loved Zamdela as a character. You know, I grew up in a house where like from 6 o'clock I'd be in the house. 6 o'clock, maybe 6:30 latest.
Yes.
I'd be in the house, right?
Yes.
And at 6:30, Zamdela's playing.
That's right.
And there were all these other characters that I loved. But Zamdela was not like somebody from inside my house. He's like this timer. You can tell he had to do nefarious things to get ahead in life.
Yeah.
And even the way they tell the story about Zamdela, if I remember correctly, he was never, you will never actually catch him doing something wrong. It was like he was just trying to survive.
Too much.
Yes. And he was such a clever. He was the only black man who was uneducated, who could speak to very educated white men.
True.
That's what I saw when I saw Zamdela. You know, because Ntate Mataban didn't speak to white men with the same authority
and confidence. And
Zamdela walked into any room as himself.
True.
He didn't even walk into rooms. People came to him. People came to see Zamdela in his office. They had to go through SLU first to see Zamdela. And for me, for South African storytellers to write such a character and bring him to life, you can imagine as a young black boy, from TV, you're seeing all these people that you can grow up to become. Because as a black boy, you know, post 94, they're telling you can be anything in the world. So now you're seeing it all, you're looking at all the options. You're like, yeah, man, what do I look like 50 years from now, 40 years from now? And I liked how Zamdela carried himself. This guy ran the mines without selling diamonds and whatever. But he kind of ran the mines. Like Baka had to go see him
not hompiwa, not habiwa.
Baka had to see him
Naratiwa.
about the grievances of stope workers.
Yeah.
You know, he ran things. He got his bread. And whenever you saw him, he had bling on. And that bling is a status symbol. As a black man, it's a status symbol. It was a status symbol, especially as Lepansula la Khale.
Yes.
He's like, yo, I got some dough to spare on a good watch, on a good real chain.
Yeah.
So I like that, and I think, because like I was saying off camera, rap music is sort of like film to me. You creating art, you creating characters, and you telling stories. So the character that I'm creating lives in a world that I've built over a period of time, and this is who he is. He might necessarily not be me all the time, but I've written this character. I've spent enough time, season after season. I've when I grow up, I know what to pour into him. That he has to grow up and he has to do this and he has to. Exactly. That's why. So that line comes from just loving the fly and the flair, township bourgeoisie of Georgie Zamdela.
In what ways do you think that Ginger Trill has similarities with him?
I'm from township.
Yeah.
I'm from the township. The first time I saw fly-ish with my eyes is in the township.
Yeah.
The first time I see it is through hip-hop on music. But the first time I understand how it translates in a South African context is in the township. So I know timers like Zamdi from my township. I've got uncles who looked like Zamdela, who'd have like a fedora, slightly cocked to the side, they'd have a shirt on, they'd have a waistcoat on, they'd have their
with the suspenders,
their flannels or suspenders on, you know what I mean, with their floor shims. That's kind of like how my Uncle Mike, God rest his soul, used to look. Like, uncle used to dress like, my granddad used to dress like that. Sans the bling. My granddad was a Christian man. And so was my uncle.
Yes.
Without the bling. But that's how they looked, like Zamdela. Yeah.
I like that though. Then we moved to Jungle. Yo. There's always a joint on every single one of your projects where I hear it and I'm like, whoa, what are we doing? Oh my God. And it makes me like tap into like super fan mode.
That's fire.
Right? Because I think sometimes, you get accustomed to people, you develop relationships with them and you get close to a particular point, but then there'll always be that thing.
Yeah.
It's like the time I said to you, do you know First 48 is one of my joints? You were like, what?
First 48?
Why are you so angry?
Yeah.
Why are you so angry?
Yeah.
So one of my favorite hip hop songs of ever is Wu-Tang's Triumph.
Yeah. That's me.
So just from jump, I was like, oh, he's talking to me.
I'm tapping into that.
Talking to me. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about Jungle. Also because Jungle kind of gave me very nostalgic vibes as well.
Yeah.
It kind of made me feel like Jimmy Comes to Joburg.
Type beat.
Just in what I was seeing as I was listening.
Type beat, the imagery.
Right. And I was like,
sensory overload of
I was like, oh, we on the bridges.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I gotta sit up straight and pay attention to my surroundings.
Concrete.
What's really going on around here?
Exactly.
Talk to me about it and what you had to tap into to create something like Jungle.
Man, when I hear because I always fall in love with the beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I fall in love with beats first. Sometimes I play beats just for recreation. I consume beats in the same way I consume music.
Really?
Like just listening to it because it stimulates me. I can listen to it while washing the dishes or whatever. It's one of those records. I'd bump it just doing stuff. And when you're keeping busy, even if you had writer's block, just being active, taking a walk, skipping rope, your mind starts doing things. So that song, those words, the beat was the soundtrack to something. It took me to I was like, New York undercover, Malik Yoba.
You were stank face and you were just like,
I was like, I'm like, wow, man, these cops, they deal with a lot in the city trying to keep the streets clean. Listen to what they. And then I was like, now how ill would it be, Trilly, if you sort of like compared like that concrete jungle to like the rap game? How fire would that be? And then I just started going down the rabbit hole, figuring out what it would sound like if I make it like that. Cause it's funny, I've always wanted to make a song like Jungle.
Yeah.
I've wanted to make a song like Jungle probably since 2013, because I've always wanted to compare the two. You know, like how rap game, crack game.
Yeah.
You know, people will compare like the rap game to the streets or whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, what would it be like? I was like, it would be like Jungle. And I was like, yeah. And then one verse, hook, send it to Shooter. What do you think? It's crazy. Finish that. It's crazy. What do you think? Finish that thing. And then I was like, good. Green light. Finish the second one. Boom.
Welcome to the concrete jungle.
With a soft, neat
With muscle. A soft, neat muscle.
Because the strong eat.
Bro.
The humble and meek.
What do you think that people who want to get into this game need to know before they get into it, so that they don't find themselves being eaten up as the humble and meek?
Know thyself. You have to know thyself, and you have to stay rooted in self.
Yeah.
And when you're doing things for the right reason, there'll always be like a guiding force or a guiding light.
Yeah.
That lets you know if you want to get into things or not. Because there's always things happening in the background. By the background, I mean a realm on the flip side of this.
Yes.
Of the one that we operate in. And your gut lets you know. Your gut always tells you. There's that feeling.
You know, I feel like sometimes you don't want to hear, or sometimes you doubt it because you don't have tangible evidence for why you feel that way.
The music is too loud then. You need to turn down the music in your head. That's when the music is too loud. That's when the lights are too bright. Yeah. The lights are too bright. So you need to get to a place where you can see the light and see what's, Lil Wayne has a line, and you cannot see me. And you cannot see me if you stand. They cannot see because I stand behind the light or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have to get yourself to a place where how fatli wiki le bone.
Hey, bone.
Or mino mudumo. Tush tush tush. Tima mudumo bikinyana.
You're right.
And the answer will be there, staring you at
I remember Dr. Miles Monroe had a sermon where he was saying, yo, a lot of you guys pray and then you feel like God is not talking to you. He's like, you get into your car and it's it's like, how are you supposed to hear anything? I was like, God damn.
We can barely, a lot of us can barely multitask like that. We can't even think. I can't even reverse if the radio is too loud in the car.
Really?
Nah, I gotta be like, wait.
My reverse is bad just because my bearings, but
because I gotta hear if somebody's hooting or what. I gotta hear everything. Once I'm going straight, okay, sharp. My head is on a swivel, okay, sharp, back to volume. But it's that kind of thing. I feel like that's the first thing I tell somebody who wants to get into this thing. I'm like, yo, man, if you know yourself, you have to know yourself before you get into certain things, so that you don't end up as that guy at the interview blaming the nature of the beast, essentially.
Yeah.
Instead of looking inward and taking accountability. Yeah.
And sometimes you don't really know. Sometimes you don't know until you know, right?
It's true.
And sometimes you only know once you are deep within it.
It's true.
Right? That's one. Two, sometimes you can have a strong sense of self and even like a thick skin. And then you get in there and then it's like, thicker, baby.
Thicker.
No, you are actually not as equipped.
You need more.
As you thought.
More muscle. Gains. No pain, no gain. Yeah. Look, the love will always... so the reason why you do it, that's why I said you have to know the reasons and you have to be getting into it for the right reasons. The reason why you're doing it will always be evident. Komafelo.
Hey.
Komafelo. So I'm not saying everybody, because not everybody is meant to do certain things. And I have to finish that by saying there's also the element that we don't speak of, the invisible element, luck. You know, luck also plays a role, a big role in how things pan out and how certain stories turn out. You could do everything right up until somewhere. Some people don't call it luck. Some people call it God or universe, Badimu, whatever you call it. But there's that element of the unseen.
True.
That you don't have, that nobody has control over.
You're so right. And I remember it reminds me of like Beyonce was saying in a docu or something where she was like, there are no trumpets or horns that sound when you're making the biggest decision of your life. That thing that Beyonce said, it always stuck with me after I heard it, because I was like, somewhere you made a decision that completely changed the trajectory of things, be it your career, be it your family dynamic, be it your romantic relationship, whatever it is, somewhere. And at the time, you didn't know that that is what was going to happen. You were just making a decision based on, it depends, you know, the context, but either based on the information that you had at that point in time or, you know, what was happening. But you didn't know that that one thing that you did was going to change everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Because it's not like God says, Fa, this is the one. Careful.
It's crazy.
But
it's crazy. Remember I was saying to you offline, I'm off air, I'm a control freak.
Yes.
So that's the scary thing that we speak about when we speak about those things. Like, you don't know which decision it's going to be. You only know in hindsight. You get what I'm saying? But like, for me, I feel like decision making is also like a very important skill.
Yeah.
That you have to learn to hone, because how you make decisions depends on so many things that are happening in your life at that time. I don't make decisions the way I made decisions when I was 15. I don't make decisions the way I made decisions when I was 25. Now I make decisions as somebody who's in their mid-30s.
Yeah.
As a 37-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and that's how it has to be, because experience is the best teacher. You know, like, I was a whole lot more nervous about things and making decisions a couple of years ago, which is why I can, with my chest out, on camera, on wax, say that I make the best decisions, I think, no matter how they turn out. I know that if I'm sober-minded, if I'm of sound mind, if I'm able-bodied, if I'm grounded, if the music is not loud, and if the lights are not too bright, I'll probably make the best decision for myself.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I think even me as a person, I will seek isolation before I have to make really big decisions.
You see what I'm saying?
Because I don't want to hear anything else.
No, you don't want...
I want to hear what you think about it. I don't want to hear what you think I should do. I don't want that seed being planted. I want to know, because at the end of the day, those consequences are mine.
Facts.
They directly impact me.
You.
More
Factuals.
than anybody else, even if there are other people involved somehow along the way.
Actual factuals.
So for me, it's just like, I will seek isolation. I'll be quiet and just be like, what do you want to do? What do you actually want to do? Why do you want to do that thing?
Why?
If you did this, what would happen? Would you be okay with that? If you did this, what would happen? Would you be okay with that? Alright, cool. Let's move.
Yeah.
That's how I go about it.
That's how you do your risk analysis. Right? And it should be. It should always come from inside. When I was making like terrible decisions, the music was too loud. The music was too loud. And I was kind of, and I'll keep it a buck, I was kind of maybe lost in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't at like, nobody knew But deep down, I knew that I'm lost. You know, when I had an ego death, my ego only died because I always knew I was operating from it, running away from things and not dealing with things. So you got to turn the music off. Got to switch the lights off.
It's so crazy. Like, for you, if you are able to share, what made you make the decision to let your ego die? Because it doesn't just happen, right? You turn away nail to the death of ego.
I was in a place where I couldn't help myself. Yeah. Usually my ego protected me for as long as I could take control of the situation.
Oh,
For once, I had to depend on man. What the situation libato, and I was not in control.
yeah.
And it was one of the first times I admitted to myself, bro, you've been ghostwriting the whip for a long time. Jesus has the wheel. You ain't got the wheel.
Just be here.
Just
be here.
Just here. And yeah, it cracked me wide open.
It's hard, right?
It's hard, but like, it is enlightening. It is enlightenment. It is enlightenment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the story unfold any other way anymore.
Which you can say now in hindsight,
only in
when
hindsight.
you were in the thick of that beast, you were like, I can't do this.
You hear me?
All right.
Yeah.
So we move to iconic.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to spend too much time there. There's somewhere else that I want to go. But for you, what are the key criteria that need to be present for somebody to be considered iconic?
To be iconic, some of the characteristics of something that's iconic, it's like your impact during an era or a couple of eras or a season is something that can't be erased. And people don't even want to erase it, actually. They always bring it up, whether to your face or in your absence. Mm-hmm. Whether you're a person or a thing, you need to be revered in a certain way, in an era or a couple of eras. It all depends on the impact.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a small impact, but because it stretches out over a long period of time, it's iconic. Sometimes you have a very short period, a very short era, but you had so much impact. You know what I mean? It can be iconic.
What makes you iconic?
I think when people think of Trill, you know, of Breadman even, is the fact that, especially those who know Breadman, is the fact that they knew the name before they knew the face. You know what I mean? Like, they knew what it is, this thing is, where it might come from, like the energy that it was born from, and where it wants to go and how it wants to shape its surrounding in its own likeness.
Yeah.
And they like that. They co-sign that. That's why they help to grow the legend.
Yeah.
Because people actively helped to grow the legend of Breadman, who later became Trill. I know that Breadman or Trill is iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Proud of my work.
Yeah.
Proud of my work, but very also very humbled. You know, because I have the coolest fan base in the world. And I don't say they're cool because they support me. I'm saying the things that they do. Like I learned what to listen to and what to watch from what my gang listens to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I follow a lot of them. I watch what they watch. I listen to what they listen to. I see what they dress. I see where they party, what they like, where they vacate. So that's what I mean when I say I have the coolest fan base in the world. I literally got my finger on the pulse of the culture because they are the
Because of
culture.
them.
Exactly.
I love that about you, though. You're always so tapped in. Like, even if someone's just having a conversation with you, I'm like, yo, what? Hey, oh,
That's
wait,
fly.
what? You, what? I remember you called me and you were like, yo, what's happening with you right now? What's going on? What's happening with the element? And I was like, you see me? Okay.
Facts.
I love that. It's a
Thank you.
really good quality that you have.
fire.
And my prayer is that you never, ever, ever lose it.
Thank you. It's for selfish reasons. I have it because I'm selfish, because I really want to know. I really want to know.
You're very inquisitive.
Yeah, I want to know. I'm like, what you doing over there? That
Like,
looks
naturally.
cool. Yeah.
It's just in you. Give only today how fit. I'm like,
Yeah.
hope easy.
Parents are like, yo, stone. But you know, I'm just inquisitive. Yeah.
So then we move to 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Featuring Marcus Harvey.
Uh-huh.
So from that,
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what your team, your hip hop team for your starting 11 looks like for the Premier Rap League.
Yo.
That's right.
That's a good question. Yo. What a question. Yo. Because for me, in South Africa, there's a lot of good rappers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when we start ranking them, the debate. Sometimes I hate how unhealthy rap debates can be.
Can get.
You know what I mean? We need better stand culture in hip hop, not just SA hip hop, just like hip hop generally. Like, we're the only fan base that mudslings when we don't agree with one another.
And we like it.
Oh, and we love
other
it.
things, snacks.
Oh, and we love it. The toxicity.
And it makes it difficult to have a healthy discourse.
You get what I'm saying? Because we learn more when the discourses are healthy.
Yes.
You walk away with much more.
Yes.
But so I'm gonna ask you, what are you asking me? Are you asking me what I like, or are you asking me by unbiased metrics who are the best who have ever done it?
You don't have to rank anybody in any kind of way, but if you had to put together this team, and it's a team that is representative of you, like it's an extension,
the things that I like,
right? This is your team.
In 2020, I'll give you my team in 2025.
Do it.
Okay. So Madlara Dope Boy.
Love it.
He's been my favorite since 2015, 2014. Yeah. I don't know when I heard the Progression EP, but in SA hip hop, that's a voice that I like, that I've enjoyed hearing. And I might even be a little biased, but I know back then you could have accused me of that, but now you can't, because everybody knows the secret's out the bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can no longer gatekeep him.
Yeah.
I was never trying to. I always supported that guy in everything that he's done, because I think it's so dope and I think it elevates SA hip hop. So MDB. I love the Scum Babies, what they're doing right now. And it's terrible of me to say the group. Truth is, I like Kushi and Kijana.
Yeah.
So now is it 2? So now it's 3 people.
It's your team.
Yeah. Kushi and Kijana. But I love what everybody's doing. Those guys are so important for the culture. The fact that they fly is almost a bonus. But if they were just uber conscious and uber hotep, it would be okay too.
Yeah.
But they fucking fly. The lighties are so fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you take South African hip hop. In fact, everybody that I'm mentioning, that's how you take South African hip hop to a world stage.
Got you.
Kushi and Kijana from the Scum Babies. I think one of the best rappers in the world. Let me stop that. One of my favorite rappers right now is Zulu Mecca.
Yeah.
I think Zulu Mecca, even if she wasn't ill, Even if she just wasn't nice with the pen, the topics that she taps into are very important, you know, spirituality,
100%.
religion, angels, gods, self, ancient knowledge, that kind of stuff. That's my stuff. I'm super into that. Is that 5 or 4? Is that 4?
You're on 4 now.
I'm on 4.
That was
Okay.
4.
Okay. So Mecca, I love Mecca. Listen to Zulu Mecca. And then you got to listen to Touchline. I know you already listen to Touchline. But Touchline ki super striker. Thabo ke Messi. You understand? I don't even need to say why.
Yeah.
You got to listen to Kid X. Kid X is like probably my all-time favorite rapper. He even calls himself Mr. All-Time Favorite. Like,
yeah.
many of my mornings when I want to ground myself, when I'm having coffee, a song that comes to mind is Isbani before I put on my headsets and actually play it. But I
Yeah.
find myself, that's the music that plays in my head. Doom, doom. You know, so the father of Zen is actually my GOAT, X. You got to have Reese, the leader of a generation, of a wave. The guy who probably made lyricism cool in South African hip hop. Like in today's age, because obviously we've got forefathers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The forefathers, Zabs, Proverb, Stogie, you know, Tabs, Pro Kid, you know, all those guys. I gotta have Marcus Harvey in there because I like what Harvey does. One of my favorite genres was always R&B.
Oh.
So hip hop and R&B are not things that need to live apart for me.
Right.
I love Marcus Harvey's interpretation of it. I love I don't even know the place that music come from, but that guy makes beautiful music.
Yes.
But it's raw. It's so raw, so it makes it hip hop.
Yes.
And then he can rap. Babo. So I gotta have Harvey in there. One of the flyest rappers of all time in South African hip hop history for me is probably Nasty C. I think Young Sizzle makes being a commercial artist look so easy. He makes making it look like he's not trying so easy that it's easy for you to think it's easy.
Got
But
you.
it's not.
Yeah.
What he's doing with that pen is
It's work.
incredible. It's work. So Sizzle has to be in my 11.
You're on 9 now, right?
Yeah, that's 9. Sizzle is number 9.
Okay.
Tough. Very tough from here. I can't lie. Like, I don't think Kulichana is one of the flyest rappers of all time. Kulichana is fly in such a way, like, people don't consider him a lyricist, but he's a lyricist. Maybe he came up in a time when that wasn't a thing for Motswako listas.
Got you.
But like, all the kids who like MDB should know that Kulichana. From the first time I heard Kulichana, like I was in high school, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, Umpi. Umpi Ndlovu. Is it Ndlovu? Yes. Umpi's like a friend / family friend.
Right.
But me and Umpi were mad into hip hop. I think that's the first group I was ever in, with Umpi, Bensi, and our girl Kifilwe, Sharp. But Umpi said, yo, listen to this, bro. It was an Otende song.
Yeah.
And I heard Cooley. And for the first time, I felt like, okay, this is a guy who anywhere in the world, if I took this guy anywhere in the world, you couldn't tell me he's not the flyest of all time.
Got you.
That's how I feel about Kulichana. So
Yeah.
even though he's an elderly statesman, he is in my starting 11 because till this day, like his flow is ageless, it's timeless. So Kulichana in my 11.
You have one more to go.
I have one more to go.
Yep.
Is this a DOA or is it only alive?
DOA.
Now it gets tough.
I say DOA. You wanted to limit it to 2025, so decide.
In high school, they called me Flabber. R.I.P. Flabber. In high school, the guys called me Flabber. Shout out to Tsepo Mulif. I think he's the first one to call me Flabber.
Really?
Yeah. In high school, they called me Flabber because one of my closest friends in high school, Lebone, he and I were the only guys with freestyle. Well, not the only guys, but we were like the faces of like freestyling and battle
nice
rap.
Ones with it. You can say we're the only ones that were really nice with it like that.
A couple guys were nice. My guy Riot was nice. You know what I mean? A couple guys. Rock Wilder was nice. But yeah, like Flabber. I was listening to Flabber and like I was reprogramming how I understood hip hop by listening to Flabber. So basically Squatter Camp, those are my guys. But if I had to pick one
out
Flabber,
of it, yeah.
And that would be my 11. Only because I can only have 11. But yeah, R.I.P. Flabber, R.I.P. AKA R.I.P. Ricky Rick, R.I.P. DJ Dimples, R.I.P.
We have
Tibbs.
too many RIPs in hip hop.
Yeah, R.I.P. Tibbs as well. It's a
too
name
many.
that we don't say often when we saying some R.I.P. some hip hop R.I.Ps, but like Tibbs is one of the reasons that I'm out here like this, because he's one of the people along with Stogie who gave me a shot after they discovered me and said, let's put you on a bigger platform.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. We moved to Big Five. We're almost done.
Yeah.
With this. This 9 piece actually took quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Big Five, right? There's a lot in Big Five, but I have to kind of just hone it in. All right. So there's so many things that get touched on in Big Five, right? You can look at it and it's like pretty obvious. It's like Big Five, money, South Africa, cool.
South Africa, the animals,
the animals, right? And then you start pulling at these other threads, like when you start speaking about being fly without the meat suit, and then you start looking at things like
you listen in,
right? No, I'm in there. I'm in there.
Yeah,
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking about things like spirit and supernatural kind of entities and superpowers, and you know what I mean? Like surface level, you think Big Five and you're like, oh yeah, cool. Oh, we want money. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And then when I really, really listened, I was like, this is hella clip. You put on Mecca on the joint, and I was
touchdown
like,
pass.
Oh,
touchdown pass.
My God.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tell me just briefly about just putting it all together.
You're the flyest in the world, Azzy. This is why I sit down with Azzy. This is why I'm on the element. This is why you need to tune into the element. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Okay?
Please
do it. Please and thank you. This is real hip hop. Yeah, Big Five. Big Five is one of those, like, the beat is so jiggy. And like, it's also one of those beats I'd listen to just recreationally. And it's like a story. It takes me through these waves of emotions and feelings and thoughts. And so these beats bring these thoughts out of me. Really. That's what the canvas was yelling at me. And I tapped in because I'm doing a record with Mecca. I'm like, we're going to get Mecca on this record. So I got to tap in. I had to rewrite that verse. The verse that you're hearing is the second verse.
Really?
It's the second one. Because I was like, I got to dig deeper. I got to go in there. What am I speaking about? What is this hook? F a top 5. We want the big 5. You know what I mean? What does it mean? All these words I'm using, You caught that. I remember me and my engineer when I was recording that. He was like, what does that mean? Meat suit. And I'm like, being fly doesn't necessarily mean in the physical. In fact, being fly in the physical is the final form of fly. You fly before you even a physical manifestation. Like my spirit was born fly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was fly from the get.
Yeah.
It might be because of the people that I come from.
Yeah.
You know, it might be their genes or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt about my fly. And you can't. The spirit is a thing that flies. It hovers. It just inhabits a place, because as I was speaking to one of my guys, we were speaking about how in this plane, in this realm, you can only do things in this form.
Yes.
Spirit work can only happen in the meat suit.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's how I come up with those lines. I'm like, I'm still fly without the meat suit. So I take risks like I'm bigger than me.
Yeah.
Jumping out the plane without the parachute. You know what I mean? That's faith.
I was
That's
like, wolf.
Unshakable faith like a mustard seed, you know, because he said in the word, it says, yo, if you believe it's done, it's done.
True.
You know what I mean? If you pray for it as if you already have it, it's done.
Yeah.
That's the covenant. The covenant. So that's where I was going. I was digging deep with that one, and I wanted to do some fly lyricism, but also take a moment to be like, teach about my ideas of spirituality and enlighten people.
I got that too. Just like your ideologies and the things that you think about, and you know, just also your understanding of self in this greater spectrum.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
I try. I'm still learning. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite joints.
Thank you.
We're about to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So there's Rap Don't Pay with Lord Kes. There's 99 Dolphin. And then there's James Harden. That's left. Rap Don't Pay made me want to cry for you.
Damn. You like, I didn't know. I think my ego wasn't letting me know, but I didn't know how much it would mean to people.
It's just from the way it sounds already, I could already hear just from it kicking in. I was like,
yeah,
we're not trying to be like braggadocio. We're not trying to be like too fly. We're gonna have a conversation about some real things, about things that scare me, things that I've wondered about. Like, am I really on the right path? Am I gonna be successful? Is this thing really gonna come together the way that I want it to? Am I gonna keep going? You know, and that is easily one of the most realist things, because everybody, no matter how successful they are, has had that thought, has been at that place. And especially in this game of ours, where the idea of success looks a particular way as well. And if it doesn't look that way, then it's like, he's washed.
Yeah.
Get it list, what.
Yeah.
You know, those kinds. Hey, what?
Somebody list.
I want to hear nothing from that dealer celebrity. You're like, what?
Somebody list.
You know? So thank you for writing that.
Thank you so much. I can't even fully take credit. The team brought it out of me.
I love that.
You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's why you have to be open to collaborate, so that you can create things that are almost bigger than you, that are so beautiful, that transcend like the plastic surface level things, like raw and real things. You know what I mean? Allowing yourself to be vulnerable, so that you give people the courage to connect with things that are not even there with them at the time.
100%.
Frequencies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's magic, and it's a privilege. It's a gift that I've been given. So I'm glad that from time to time we can come up with things like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
99 Dolphin. Tell me the obsession with the whip. The 99 Dolphin.
So when I was a jit, my OG called me Dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been obsessed with the car since.
Yeah.
I can't always go man, like in my times, you know, before I was a proper pubescent, my hot money would find ways.
Pubescent.
My hot money would find ways to encourage us and keep the youth off the streets. So, what kind of contest? Khoman laka papi a ba etsa contest re mmitsa slender a ba etsa contest but mo di-contesteng a ba re bitsa ka maina. Like
Okay.
all the boy kids,
Yeah.
there was girl kids and boy kids. All the boy kids, he gave us car names.
Ah.
My name was Dolphin. I was like, why am I Dolphin? He was like, so it's the car, it's this shape, it's the E36 model, I think. You know what I mean? Oh, fell in love with it. So he might be the reason I'm a petrol head. He might be the reason I'm into sports cars
Yes.
because of the name Dolphin. And when I heard that, because it's so fly and it's so vintage now,
Yeah.
it aged so well. So when I heard that beat, it gave me nostalgia. It triggered nostalgia.
Definitely.
And I could imagine it playing this record on a Saturday night, looking like Georgie Zamdela, with my shirt open, dreads blowing in the wind, playing 99 Dolphin
Yeah.
in a Dolphin with the drop top.
Yeah.
So I was chasing the feeling on this record. It was just chasing the vibe, going for a feeling. Cause I make songs. I'm barely the type of artist who make more than one song in a day.
Okay.
You know, I'll fixate on one thing for that day. So I was chasing this feeling the whole day, and then I got it.
Yeah.
And then that's how 99 Dolphin was born.
All right. And then
Yeah.
as we wrap things up, right? We close off with James Harden, right? And throughout, because I said so, there's always been reference to sport,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Why it's so important to you?
Sport.
You know, sport and having it reflected in your music like that. You know, speak about being, jersey number 9.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
make reference to Skarango as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in
Yeah.
one of the joints.
Yeah.
Then now we come here. Now it's James Harden. Now it's a different kind of sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so Trill as a thing is like, you're supposed to see it and think sports, lux, and culture. Sports, lux, and entertainment, or sports, lux, and culture. You know what I mean? And that's the worlds that I build. That's the ethos. That's where my genre of rap falls under. If you were wondering where to place it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll always have like sports, because that's kind of the hip hop that I grew up on. I grew up on Cameron and them, sports, drugs, and entertainment. You see what I'm saying? That's what hip hop is about. And for me, I figured out that's the kind of hip hop that I like. Sports, luxury, sports cars, entertainment, fashion.
Yeah.
Not drugs, but luxury. When you think about dope, or in a hip hop context, you're supposed to think luxury. You know what I mean? But that's the worlds that I build. Like even when I mention like fashion, it always goes back to sports. Like Diadora, it's a sports brand type thing. So that's my thing. Sports, lux, and entertainment.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So we're done.
We're done. Look at that.
We're done.
That.
It's been a long time. Crews out here like, wrap it up already. we're done. But before we go, just what is it that you want us to know about where you are right now? What concerns do you want to allay? Because when there's such big shifts and changes that happen with artists, people are like, is it gonna be okay? What's happening? Are we gonna lose the essence of Trill in this change? And you've managed to change, but your core remains the same. You can dabble with sounds and change your sound, but I've never really listened to anything and gone, where is he at? You know what I mean? So, and I like to think of that as our like knowledge of self portion of things, just what do you want us to know about you right now, where you're at, and what should we take away from you today?
Well, I don't know what I want you to know about me. Here's what I do know about where I'm at. I'm making some of the best music I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the best shape of my life. Just creatively. And I'm in a space where like it's so much fun. I can't believe it's more fun than it was like last year. And then last year was more fun than it was the year before. Like basically since 2020, like I've been having fun, even with the craziness. That's okay. That's what I want. That's what maybe not everybody, but you as my friend, I'd want you to know that I've gotten to a point where it's so weird, even with everything going on, and how no matter how crazy life gets, I'm so fortunate to be able to choose what I allow into my life when it comes to that portion of my life, my music and my art and my work.
Yeah.
Down to the people that are in my life. They're there because I allow it.
True.
So the art that's created, it's happening because I like where I am. I feel like I'm in control. I don't know if I am. Jesus has the will all the time. But I feel empowered.
Love that.
So I'm living in my power. I'm living in my greatness. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
I think you can hear it when you listen to the music. I
Yes.
hope you can hear it when you listen to the music. But I'm having the time of my life. I'm creating from such a dope place. I'm working with the best creatives in the game, in the world, really. So I'm soaking up so much game. Sometimes I just want to be a fly in the wall. I don't even want to pick up a pen. I just want to sit with these people and see what they're doing. The music will always be. It's funny. I create music without trying, but I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for following up.
Thank you so much for having me,
appreciate
Azzy.
you
I
all the
appreciate
time.
you so much every time.
Every time I call you, like, yeah, when? Sure. Got you. I'm there. I'm excited. What are we doing with it? Where are we going? So I think you are the perfect person to kick this off.